Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and obscene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? I'm your host, Don Mega, and I'm very, very happy to be with you guys here tonight. It's season 20. It's episode 12. This is Am I on the Air? Tonight's show is titled, Hey All You Cool Cats and Kittens. That's how I should have probably done the intro to the show. So now I say, hey, all you cool cats and kittens. That's right. Season 20, episode 12, Am I on the Air? We're broadcasting live from the Red Dragons radio studios here in lovely Tucson, Arizona on this Monday, March the 30th. That is correct. And hey guys, I'm very happy to be back with everybody. We're one of the only shows that continues to provide you new episodes on a weekly basis when everything else is being canceled and postponed. I love to be able to bring you something new on a consistent weekly basis. Things still continuing to change from a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. Of course, we're still dealing with the COVID-19, the coronavirus, right? We're dealing with it. Lots of people still losing their jobs. It's getting crazy out there. The death toll is rising. America now has the most cases of the entire world. You thought China had it bad, you thought Italy had it bad. Well, America, man, we just love to top everybody and everything, and we're like, hey, bring it on over here. So it's continuing to disrupt our lives. We're getting ready to head into April, and basically at this point, April is being quarantined as well. That's right, we're all pretty much moving to stay-at-home status starting April 1st all the way through April 30th. A couple weeks ago, the president was saying, I think we'll be back to normal by Easter. And I said, man, I would love that. And unfortunately, that is not happening. So we're going to be locked down to the end of April. And who knows, possibly into May as well, because from what I'm hearing, we ain't even reached the tip of the iceberg yet. And it's starting to get pretty scary out there. So please, once again, stay at home. Take care of yourself and your family, and don't get people exposed, okay? But yes, this thing continues to disrupt our lives, making the world a very hard place to live in right now. So all I'm trying to do on this weekly basis is take your mind maybe off of it for a half hour till we talk about some television and some movies and news, even though a lot of the news is conflicted by this. So, it's rough. It puts me in a very hard spot. But, I do want to continue to do this as much as I can, even though the news is starting to dwindle. And, of course, the movie theaters are closed, so it's very hard for me to bring you new movie reviews because there ain't no movies to watch, unfortunately, unless it's old stuff, which I do have an older movie to review, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But what can I say, man? What we're going to try to do here is, once again, get you caught up with all the latest and greatest, everything that's going down in movie news, television news, and, of course, a couple reviews for you. So let's jump right into the show, why don't we? And the first thing I'm going to talk about, so from a movie standpoint, over the weekend, I did finally catch up with the rebooted version of Charlie's Angels, right? The one that came out a couple months ago. Didn't do very well. It was directed by Elizabeth Banks. She also starred in the movie as Bosley, one of the Bosleys. This movie had several Bosleys, like Patrick Stewart and Dimon Hansu, and then, of course, Elizabeth Banks. And then it had Kristen Stewart. And, of course, the lovely, lovely Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. Man, I love her. So basically, you know, in typical Charlie's Angels fashion, we got the girls kicking ass, trying to protect a device that's going to blow up the world. And, I mean, it's nothing you haven't seen before. I wasn't interested enough to run to the theater to see this when it came out, like most of you, because not a lot of people did go to the theater to see this. But let me tell you, you know, at the end of the day, I actually dug this movie. It's one of these, like, and I don't know, maybe it was just a situation that I was bored on a Saturday night, and I said, I got nothing to watch. I guess I'll watch Charlie's Angels. It could have simply been that. Maybe if I had newer things to attend to, maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm not saying it's amazing. I'm not saying you need to run out and see this movie as fast as possible. But what I'm saying is it's better than you think it is. And I think if you sat down, you watched it, and you kind of just, you know, clicked off your brain a little bit, you might have a good time with it. I thought it had some pretty cool twists and turns. I actually thought Kristen Stewart did a pretty good job in this, and I usually hate her and everything, but I found her kind of cute and charming in this movie. And of course, it's got Princess Jasmine. Oh, man. You know, but yes, at the end of the day, I had a lot of fun with it, and I would give it 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was good and enjoyable for my lazy Saturday afternoon. So, just a quick rundown there of Charlie's Angels, getting caught up on that. Now, the big reviews I want to bring here are 2 big Netflix shows, right? The number 1 and the number 2 trending things on Netflix, okay? That's what I want to talk about. Number 1, Tiger King, right? You should have known what it was based on the title of tonight's episode. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Carol Baskins, hashtag Carol Baskins killed her husband. If you don't know what I'm talking about, some of you out there are still blind to this show and are going, what the F are you talking about? What the hell is Tiger King? Well, all I'm going to say to you is to go get on Netflix and watch it. Okay? That's what I ended up doing because it was the same thing. I was in the same boat this past week. I'm sitting there and I started to hear the rumbles, right? Some friends, I'm looking at social media, started to see the memes pop up. And it's like, everybody's like, you gotta watch Tiger King on Netflix. And I'm like, what in the hell is Tiger King? So I throw on Netflix and I watch the trailer and I find out it's this 7-part documentary about this guy named Joe Exotic who runs a tiger farm and his battle with Carol Baskins, who also runs a animal shelter, Big Cat Rescue. And then throughout the show, it's twists and turns. Did Carol murder her husband? Did Joe try to put a hit out on her because he wanted her dead and to back off of trying to shut him down? There's so many crazy characters in this thing. They're already talking about turning this into a television show. I want a movie out of it. I need Danny McBride to play Joe Exotic for sure. It's just a phenomenal documentary. It had me so intrigued, and I was just sitting there being like, what the hell am I watching as each episode went on? But it was a train wreck that I could not shut off. And man, it is the biggest thing on social media. I mean, I don't see how anybody's scrolling through Twitter or Facebook right now and not just being bombarded with all the Joe Exotic and Tiger King memes that are out there. And they're hilarious, by the way. They're so much fun. You have to watch this show. Please. If you take away anything from Am I on the Air tonight and you're wondering, what do I watch during my quarantine time? Spend the 7 hours to watch this documentary about the Tiger King, okay? Just the less you know about it, the more you're going to enjoy it. So watch it. It's the number 1 trending show on Netflix. My number 2 to talk about, and the number 2 trending show on Netflix, is one of my favorite Netflix original shows, which is Ozark. Ozark is the Jason Bateman-led show. It's been on for 3 seasons. I love this show. I think Bateman is amazing in it. I love the twists and turns. I love just the whole show, the whole concept of the show. And now season 3 dropped on Friday. I've been waiting for season 3 for quite some time. Finally, it drops on Friday, and I'm like, yes, something new to watch. And, okay, there's 10 episodes in season 3. I'm on episode 10 right now. I just finished the 9th episode before I started recording, so I'm almost done. I literally only have 1 episode left. And I'm so excited to see it, but on the other hand, I'm so sad that it's over already, because this season has been phenomenal. I just want to stress that. If you were a fan of this show and you haven't started season 3 yet, you are going to lose your mind. It's that damn good. If you've never watched Ozark before, get on it. Watch season 1, season 2, and you're going to love when you get to season 3. I just think this season is just so good. You never know what's going to happen. The characters are all top-notch this season. Everybody's playing everybody, and I can just not get enough. Well, we usually don't binge the shows this fast, but oh my God, we can't stop watching Ozark season 3. So, I don't even want to start talking about anything more. I don't want to spoil anything. And for the people that are like, what's Ozark? All I can tell you, it's a show about money laundering and the cartel, and it's got Jason Bateman in a serious role. This is not a comedy, because I know a lot of times people hear Jason Bateman and they're like, oh, so it's funny. This is Jason Bateman in his serious mode, and he does phenomenal with it. This season is so damn good. Thank you, Netflix. Thank you, everybody. I hope they renew it for another season. I don't even know where they're going to go from here. Oh my God, it's so good. I can't wait to finish it tomorrow night. Okay, I think that's it. That's my reviews. We talked Charlie's Angels, we talked Tiger King, and we talked Ozark Season 3. I'm almost done with Altered Carbon Season 2. I have 2 episodes left of that. See, look how fast I just did Ozark, and I'm still, taking forever to get through Altered Carbon. But I only got 2 episodes left of that. I really do like this season 2, this second season. Not as good as the first. Anthony Mackie, I'm sorry, you're not as cool as Joe Kinnaman was in the first season, but still a lot of fun. So I am definitely looking forward to finishing that in the next couple nights. Okay, so with that out the way, let's get into our news of the last week. And we're starting off with another movie delay because of coronavirus. This time, it's the one I was hoping would not get hurt. It's Wonder Woman, okay? On last week's show, we talked about how Warner Brothers was actually considering moving Wonder Woman to a streaming service, whether it be DC Universe or maybe put it on HBO Max, that they were trying to figure out, what do we do? Do we release it digitally or do we leave it for the big screen? Well, the decision has been made and they are leaving it for the big screen, and the movie has been shifted. It was coming out June 4th or 5th. It was coming out at the beginning of June. And I do want to say thank you to Warner Brothers and the people behind Wonder Woman, because yes, they've shifted it, but they've only shifted it to August. It'll come out August 14th this year. So I'm very happy about that, because what's really pissing me off out there is a lot of these movies that are being delayed are being literally delayed like a year. I don't understand the move to take a movie from this summer and then be like, well, it'll come out in a year. Why? All movie theaters are going to be back up and running by probably June or July. So why would you shift it back so damn far? Be like Wonder Woman, shift it a couple months, or just put TBD, right? To be determined. We're going to play it by ear. And as soon as a window comes out that we want to drop it in, we'll drop it. I don't understand the long delays, and it's really starting to piss me off, because it's just making it seem like this year is going to just suck for the rest of the year. They're shifting all the big tentpoles into 2021, and it sucks. Okay, but getting back to Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is officially shifted to August, and I do want to read the statement from Patty Jenkins, the director of the movie. This is what she said. And I quote, "We made Wonder Woman 1984 for the big screen, and I believe in the power of cinema. In these terrible times when theater owners are struggling, as so many are, we are excited to redate our film to August 14, 2020 in a theater near you, and pray for better times for all by then." I love it. Thank you so much, Patty Jenkins. I love that quote. You know, I love that they're saying, hey, we want to push for the cinema. We want to push for the theaters, people to see something like Wonder Woman in IMAX, you know, on the big screens. And I love it. And all they did was push it back 2 months. I can get that, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I wish all the other studios would get in line, because believe me, this is not the last we will talk on this episode about things getting delayed. And this next batch of movies I talk about are the problems that I'm venting about right now. So let's continue through the news. Both Universal parks will continue to be closed into April, of course. The Terminator's Michael Biehn has joined The Mandalorian Season 2. That's right, rumor has it he will be another bounty hunter. So cool to see Michael Biehn in something new and fresh. AMC is unable to complete The Walking Dead Season 10. That's right, this planned season finale will not happen now. The show will end, I think, with last night's episode, and then hopefully a couple months from now, when they can finish the finale, they will air it as a special. So sorry to the Walking Dead fans that got all the way through the season and now missed the finale because of this damn thing. Patrick Stewart offers fans a free month of CBS All Access. That's right. You can get a free month right now, and you can binge the entire season of Picard. Star Trek Picard is done, and you can see the whole first season right now by checking out CBS All Access. I have CBS All Access. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. I definitely recommend to take a chance on the free trial for sure. Also, Warner Brothers is doing some more delays. Besides just Wonder Woman, they have also delayed In the Heights, Scoob, the new Scooby-Doo, and Malignant, of course, is the new horror movie from James Wan. So there you go. So a lot of movies that don't even have a date right now. Disney delaying Mulan and the New Mutants, and Black Widow. MGM delaying the new James Bond, No Time to Die. Paramount pulling A Quiet Place Part 2, and now Universal pushing Fast and Furious F9 all the way back a whole year, like we talked about. So really sucks. So we don't know where these other movies are going to land, but as of right now, those are the also films that have been pushed back. Wonder Woman, like I said, has a new date, but In the Heights, Scoob, and Malignant are TBD for now. AMC has greenlit a new anthology series called National Anthem. Netflix has renewed Love is Blind, The Circle, and Rhythm and Flow. The Tonight Show is returning with special episodes and new guests, so very cool there. Disney Plus officially launches in Europe and will go live in France on April 7th. The Conjuring 3 is going to be a completely different movie, says the screenwriters. So they said, it's not what you're going to be used to. Netflix's Coffee and Kareem. You get it? Coffee and Kareem. Not cream, but Kareem. It's a new comedy action show with Ed Helms and Taraji P. Henson that's coming to Netflix later in April. We have the first trailer for Survive the Night, which is a new Bruce Willis movie that looks like it'll probably be going straight to VOD in May. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony has been rescheduled for the fall. We have the new Paradise Lost trailer starring Josh Hartnett. Birds of Prey officially crosses the $200 million mark at the worldwide box office, so congratulations there, now that it's on VOD. Jason Ritter is going to be Jonah's scumbag brother in an upcoming episode of Superstore, so I love that. That's going to be a really cool addition there. I talked a little bit earlier about Tiger King and how I said that they are looking to adapt it into a limited series, and it looks like Kate McKinnon is going to actually play Carol Baskin, and she's also going to be producing the show. So that's the only casting we have so far, but yes, Kate McKinnon playing Carol Baskin, who did kill her husband, but allegedly. So that's going to be awesome. I can't believe we're already going to get a limited series on Tiger King. I can't wait to see who they cast as Joe Exotic. I really hope it's Danny McBride. Summer Olympics has been officially postponed due to the coronavirus. Disneyland and Walt Disney World are also going to remain closed indefinitely. Warner Brothers has not made a decision on Christopher Nolan's sci-fi movie Tenet, which is currently scheduled to come out July 17th. So as of right now, they're sticking with that date. I think they should just leave it alone. Everything should be fine by July. Please don't push this back to 2022. But yes, so as of right now, it's sticking. A24 has pulled the movie Saint Maud from its scheduled release. Movie looked like shit anyway, so I don't think anybody cares. What do we got here? DC Kids Camp. This is pretty cool. DC launches a new online at-home activity program. That's right. You can go to their website, and they got all kinds of cool activities for kids since a lot of kids are at home right now. School looks to be canceled for the rest of the year. A lot of kids doing homeschool, so if they're just bored, they want to do some stuff, they can actually go on the DC website and they can make a Green Lantern ring, or they can make a Superman emblem. Like, there's a lot of cool DIY kind of stuff that kids can do, which is awesome. China is looking to re-release the Avengers franchise and Avatar when they reopen their cinemas. So it was looking like China was going to reopen this past weekend, and then things got shifted back, and now they're on hold again. But when they do reopen, they want to open with a bang. So it looks like they're going to put Avengers Endgame and Infinity War back in theaters along with Avatar, which could very well push Avatar back over Endgame to become the biggest movie of all time. So that'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. We have the first trailer for Defending Jacob, which stars Chris Evans. It's coming to Apple TV Plus, and I love this trailer. I thought it looked really, really good. It's cool to see Chris Evans in a procedural kind of TV show. It's based on a book, and I think it looks great, and it comes out later in April. Angry Birds series is in development over at Netflix. Jude Law is in a new trailer that we have for The Third Day, so you can check that one out right now. Doctor Strange 2 is continuing remote pre-production, hoping to start shooting in June. So I'm hoping they should be alright by that. Anna Taylor-Joy is being considered for George Miller's Furiosa spinoff. That's right. Furiosa, of course, was played by Charlize Theron in Mad Max Fury Road. He supposedly has met with Anna Taylor-Joy to play the younger version of Furiosa. You know what? I just don't know, because George Miller is just so damn laggy when it comes to doing anything and actually getting projects going. So I'll believe it when I see it. But you know what? Just looking at this news, I like Anna Taylor-Joy, and I think she would be really great in this role. So I can dig it. NBC has officially set the Will and Grace series finale, and they're going to do a retrospective special. MGM pushes the Aretha Franklin biopic Respect all the way back for award season. The Cassian Andor series is set to bring back unused Star Wars characters and creators. So very, very interesting there. New Amsterdam was going to do a pandemic episode, and NBC said, yeah, that's probably not the right time to put that one on. So they have pulled that episode, and it will not air. Bill Burr is going to be reprising his Mayfield character in The Mandalorian Season 2. Matt Reeves has officially confirmed that the Batman's production has shut down for the meantime, so knew that was coming. We have the trailer for Netflix's Black AF, starring Rashida Jones and Kenya Barris. I loved this trailer. This show comes out in April on Netflix. Now, Kenya Barris is the creator of Blackish. And my boy J.V. Lewis, who listens to this show, he loves Blackish just like me. It's a great show. Kenya Barris being in this show on Netflix, basically this show looks like Blackish, just uncensored, because they can cuss on Netflix. So, I don't know, though. I thought it looked really good. I like the jokes. I love Rashida Jones, and Kenya Barris looks like he's going to be a good addition. They're playing a husband and wife couple, but also kind of set in the real world, that they're themselves in it. So it's kind of this hyper realism, which I love when shows do this. So Black AF comes out on Netflix April 17th, and I am down. The Call of the Wild and Downhill have officially come to digital HD early. We talked about this on last week's show, that they're starting to move up a lot of movies early to get. And Call of the Wild and Downhill are two new ones that have hit the digital stream. They've also released early I Still Believe, which was the movie that had just hit movie theaters a couple weeks ago before the theaters shut down. So I'm glad that these studios are still releasing stuff early, still trying to get more stuff into the living rooms of all of us that are just being quarantined and sitting at home. So I like it. And they have both these movies at a pretty good price. I think Downhill's only $10, and I think Call of the Wild's either 10 or it's 15. So they're pretty well priced. The Loki TV series will deal with the trickster's identity struggles. We have the second trailer for Bad Education, starring Hugh Jackman, which looks really good. We have the second trailer also for Most Dangerous Game, which is the new Quibi show with Liam Hemsworth. The show Messiah has been officially canceled on Netflix after just one season. The Stargirl launch has been pushed back a week and will now immediately lead off the CW on Tuesdays. The show The Undoing has been delayed as HBO pushes the Nicole Kidman limited series to the fall due to the coronavirus pandemic, of course. So that has been pushed back. We have the trailer for season 2 of Dirty John, starring Amanda Peet and Christian Slater. I really like this trailer. I'm going to have to check out Dirty John. The CW is planning to air the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover again as they go to reruns for pretty much the next 3 weeks before they go back to new episodes. Ryan Reynolds is in talks for Netflix's Dragon's Lair film adaptation. I really dig this. As a kid, I played Dragon's Lair, the video game, so much. And then when I heard Ryan Reynolds, I was like, oh my god, I can totally see it. So I love this. It is not an official done deal, but he's got a great relationship with Netflix, and I think this is going to happen. So Ryan Reynolds in talks for Netflix's Dragon's Lair film adaptation. We have the season 3 trailer for Future Man, so check that out, the final season there, which is going to be, it's a really funny show on Hulu. Netflix has renewed Castlevania for a 4th season. MGM is in talks to acquire Andy Weir's Hail Mary, with Ryan Gosling set to star. Netflix is reportedly exploring the possibility of Little Britain revival. The CW has shifted its schedules, including Supernatural, Stargirl, and more. You can check that full schedule out on our Twitter. Never, Rarely, Sometimes is also debuting early on VOD. Gretel and Hansel is coming to Blu-ray and DVD later in April. We have the Killing Eve Season 3 trailer. Check that out. The CW is delaying new episodes of Batwoman and Supergirl to a later date. That's right, those have been pushed to the end of April. Because I know if you set your DVR at the beginning of the week, it looked like new episodes were airing, and then they decided to pull them back. Joel Coen's Macbeth adaptation starring Denzel Washington has been officially put on hiatus. We have one of the writers of Star Trek Picard talking about the season finale and the future of the show, so you can check that out. The Flash Season 6 finale is delayed, and the remaining episodes will air later in 2020. Actually, the show will come back around April 18th, April 20th or so. Matrix 4 is also shut down officially, just like we talked about the Batman earlier, so those are delayed, and that might actually affect their release dates, so that might get pushed back as well. Netflix has canceled October Faction and V-Wars after just one season, so bummer there. The CW announces return dates for all of its Arrowverse shows. We just kind of talked about that. Michael Bay is set a first look film and TV deal with Sony Pictures. Yes, love me some Michael Bay. Let's do some more TV and film deals. Let's do it. My boy Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says that a Hobbs and Shaw sequel is in development. Thank you, Jesus. I love Hobbs and Shaw, and I can't wait to see a sequel to that. You just better come back for Fast 10. French Children Don't Throw Food. Anne Hathaway is set to star in a new film adaptation of that. Adult Swim acquires YOLO, Crystal Fantasy. Okay. Lock and Key has been renewed for a second season over on Netflix. HBO has officially delayed production on Succession and Barry, obviously due to you know what. Brahms, The Boy 2 is heading to digital platforms early. And Impractical Jokers, the movie, is debuting on digital early. Supposedly that's debuting on April 1st. So we'll see if they actually pull the trigger on that one or if that's just a joke. We have details on the Fantasy Island Blu-ray details, including an unrated edition. National Geographic delays Genius, the Aretha premiere date. We have an article up with John Turturro talking about playing Carmine Falcone in The Batman. Jamie Lee Curtis is being rumored to have a role in the second season of The Mandalorian, so that is a rumor. We have the trailer for Trying, which is a new Apple TV Plus series. Tiffany Haddish says that they're working on a script for Girls Trip 2, so we'll see if that moves forward. Rumor has it Don Cheadle is playing a villain in Space Jam 2. That would be pretty cool. And here's where I start to get pissed. Sony has officially delayed more movies. And they delayed them all to 2021. Starting with Ghostbusters Afterlife, the new Ghostbusters movie that was coming out this summer, in July, I believe, is now coming out March 5th, 2021, so a year from now. Morbius, oh boy, our Spider-Man universe movie, Morbius, which was coming out in the end of June or early July as well. Movie's finished, ready to go. Well, they pushed that back now to March 19th, 2021. A year from now. And lastly, Uncharted. Now, Uncharted I get. They haven't even really started filming this movie yet. So, with the delay to start filming, they had to push it back a little bit. Uncharted. Actually, Uncharted comes out in the same year. It was going to come out in like March of 2021. It's been pushed back to October 8th of 2021. So, okay, that's fine. Makes sense. Tell me why Ghostbusters and Morbius need to come out a fucking year from now. Why? It is so goddamn dumb. I don't understand. I don't get it. Why are the movie studios pushing films back so far? Things that were coming out in just a couple months. Like I said, I get it if it's a production thing. I get it if they were still filming. I get it if they needed more time for special effects. They don't need any of that for these movies. They're done. Why do they need to be pushed back so far? I don't understand the push to delay things a year. I just don't get it. It makes me mad, and I was looking forward to Ghostbusters, but I can wait. Morbius was in my top 10 most anticipated movies of the year. You guys have listened to our countdown. And now my countdown's totally jacked because most of the movies on my countdown have been delayed. And it's stupid. And it's pissing me off. I really wanted to see Morbius, and now I gotta wait a whole goddamn year to see it? Oh my god. Well, that's my show, ladies and gentlemen. That's the last piece of news I have going out with a bang. Jesus. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening to the show, and listening to me rant for 30 minutes. I hope you got something out of it, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself during this time. I'm going to do a little bit of plugs, and I'm going to get out of here. Our official webpage is amiontheair.com. Make sure you bookmark that. Definitely give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/amiontheair. Follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. You can follow me on Twitter directly at dxdonmega. If you have the Stardust app, follow me directly at just simply donmega, DONMEGA. I will give you a follow back. I love Stardust. Got lots of reviews on there, so follow me. I'll follow you back. Of course, you can subscribe to us on Apple Podcast. Please give us a 5-star review. If Apple Podcast ain't your thing, don't you worry. We got you covered on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podchaser, Google Play Podcast. We're all over the interwebs. You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube. Just search Am I On The Air? And, of course, thank you to our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. check us out at reddragonsradio.com. Our show and a bunch of other podcasts always streaming on demand on reddragonsradio.com. So follow on Twitter also at reddragonsradio. And of course, a shout out to my boy Lynx. Lynx does a show on Red Dragons Radio called Way Off Topic, and he just had me on as a guest over the weekend, and we chatted it up. Actually talked a lot about the TV shows and movies that are being pushed back, and kind of what are we doing, what are we watching to fill the time. So it was a fun talk there with Lynx, and that episode should be up pretty soon on Red Dragons Radio, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, other than that, that'll do it for me on this Monday, March the 30th, like we talked about. I hope you all have a great week. I hope you stay safe. Like I said, stay home. The only places you should be going to right now are the grocery store, or going to pick up food, or going to the gas station, going to the bank, or going to work. If it's none of those things, stay the fuck at home. Okay, so the faster everybody stays at home, the faster we get over this thing and we can get back to our regularly scheduled programs. All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Red Dragons! Red Dragons!